Yeah, really. Yeah.
Oh, Smith Garrett going for the win immediately on Mark James. An uneasy handshake between the two. Garrett into the crucifix. James is too big, he couldn't hold it.
Too much momentum carried him right back over.
Huge one-on-one matchup here as CWF Worldwide rolls on. The Master of Malice, the brute Mark James, one-on-one with Smith Garrett. A lot of history between these two. It was in a match with Mark James earlier this year that Smith Garrett was knocked out. It changed the trajectory of his career, Kevin Pierce, because from that moment we saw the, oh boy, all the way up and over. We saw the determination in Smith Garrett. We saw the passion for this sport in him, and it was that night that he was knocked out in the ring that set him on the course where he would win the 2015 CWF Rumble and be just days away from facing Cedric Alexander for the Worldwide Television Championship at Battlecade.
All of that momentum carrying Smith Garrett, like you said, to Battlecade. But the man that helped Smith Garrett get on that roll could be the man that pumps the brakes right here tonight.
Absolutely. Cover! And only two. Mark James, a veteran of the circuit all the way up and down the East Coast. We have seen him in CWF Mid-Atlantic. He has been the Mid-Atlantic television champion before. And yeah, if tragedy were to befall Smith Garrett yet again here, does Mark James look to maybe try to get himself in that worldwide television title match against Cedric Alexander? We are just days away from Battlecade. Anyone that comes up with an injury tonight, it comes at the worst possible time. Our anniversary super card is literally, what, 72 hours or so away?
If that. And Smith's going to need to preserve as much energy as possible. And I think he kind of jumped off on the wrong foot trying to get Mark on a bicycle, as it were, but as soon as Mark slowed it down, he took control.
Yeah, that's one thing. Oh,
good grief.
That's one thing that Mark James does maybe better than anybody is control. Oh, you can see the face of Smith Garrett.
That man just pissed him off.
Oh, the determination is coming out in this fired up young man.
Oh, right to the eyes.
But boy, stopping Mark James is like stopping a Mack truck. Cover. Referee Kane Justice counts only to 2.
Sometimes I think a Mack truck might be a little bit easier on you.
Because once again, we are just 72 hours away from Battlecade 16 as we kick off our 16th year on this anniversary supercard that will see the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship defended for the first time ever at Battlecade in a 6-pack challenge. Brad Attitude, Trevor Lee, Chet Sterling, John Schuyler, Roy Wilkins, and Lance Lude. Elimination rules, the last man standing will hold the richest prize in all of the land. Cover! Only got 2, and Smith Garrett has got the biggest match of his life just 72 hours away when he faces Cedric Alexander for the Worldwide Television Championship. Is it a mistake to step in the ring with someone like Mark James, someone that you know can hurt a man this close to such a huge matchup?
And also that pride of Smith Garrett's going to come into play because you know he's going to want to prove himself going into Battlecade. Here we go.
2!
No.
Only got 2.
How is he going to go for it?
Enormous spine buster. Just gave it to Smith Garrett in the middle of the ring. Cover. 2. Only 2. Smith Garrett is still fighting. I'm going to say, if he escapes uninjured, if he can escape unscathed, it's not a mistake because this is what he's in store for at Battlecade. A heavy-handed, hard hitter, a phenomenal athlete who can strike, who can fly, who can move, who can wrestle. Mark James, if Smith Garrett can escape uninjured, is actually great preparation for someone like Cedric Alexander.
Absolutely, but you got to wonder if a loss here is going to mess him up psychologically. Oh, and he got him with that neck breaker.
Great move from Smith Garrett. He is feeling the effects of this war as both men down on the canvas. And Kane Justice putting the count on. That's the thing when you're in there against somebody like Mark James or like Cedric Alexander, is you can't stand there and fight for too long because he will break you down. He may have broken Smith Garrett down. He's coming up though. Both men coming up here. We have got 100 screaming kids from Graham Middle School in Graham, North Carolina here in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, and they are seeing, we're just seeing fisticuffs right now, Kevin Pierce. We're just seeing, it's a fight in the center of the ring. Both men trying to get back up.
They're throwing bombs here. And Smith caught Mark, caught him off edge. No.
Smith Garrett looking to exorcise a demon from his past here. Mark James almost put him out of the game. Smith Garrett, whoa, hold on.
Caught him.
Slam.
He got him. James is down.
He's got to make the cover though. He's got to recover in time to make the cover.
Smart move. Mark James knew to get to the ropes. No pin can happen when you're towards those ropes.
Smith Garrett maybe looking for that huge combination that he likes to use. Back elbow. He follows it up. Oh, Mark James is not going to let him have it. Oh! Caught him right in the kitchen sink. This is it. Sliding D. Oh, my God. Sliding D.
That's what did it.
That's what knocked Smith Garrett out cold a few months back.
Cover. Again.
Two. No, sir.
He kicked it.
No, sir. Smith Garrett proving his toughness as he survives the sliding D. Man, both men have waged such an aggressive war, and look at the face of Mark James. I think Mark James thought this young man was ripe for the picking after that big sliding D.
Well, he knows what happened the last time he used it. He was hoping he'd get the same reaction, but Smith managed to power out.
How much more does he have, though? How much more can he take?
No, not too many more of those big right hands, that's for sure.
From this bruising brute.
We talked earlier about the big man going up top. What's he gonna go for here? Possibly a superplex.
Looks that way. This is bad news bears for Smith Garrett. No, he's holding on. Smith Garrett is holding on to the buckle.
He's got the buckle, that's a good point.
Not the pad, but the buckle itself. That thing will not give under any circumstances.
Oh, right in the side of the head. That was a temple.
And we heard the sound bounce off the walls of the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium on that big punch to the temple. Smith Garrett possibly out on his feet here.
I think this is all instinctual.
He may have it. If he can get the shoulders down. Oh, caught him. Right in the face. James tried to get the hands up and didn't. And he's underneath the bottom row.
Oh, man, lucky break.
He is lucky break right there. I think Mark James may be knocked on Dream Street. Both men now are showing the effects of this physical matchup.
Smith's got to be thinking, what do I have to do now?
Both men back up to a vertical base. Oh, can he get this big man up? Wow! He will drop all the weight across the knee if he can do it, if he can maneuver it.
He got him!
Oh, Lamar James. 1, 2, down. Yeah! And Smith Garrett survives a tough one against the brute Mark James. Smith Garrett will live to fight Cedric Alexander at our anniversary super card. That match and more in the coming weeks on CWF Worldwide.
8 minutes, 27 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Smith Garrett.